The Narcotics Control Bureau is in the news. It is the nodal agency on the matter of drug law enforcement in India. In this video, we will learn about the Narcotics Control Bureau. Before we begin, here is a quick question for you. Pause and try. You will get the solution by the end of this video. Let us begin. The directive principle enshrined in Article 47 of the Constitution directs the state to work towards the prohibition of the consumption of intoxicating substances except for medicinal purposes. Controlling drug abuse is the responsibility of the central government. In line with the constitutional provisions and the international conventions, the government formulated the National Policy on Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances. The NCB was constituted in 1986 under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. NCB is a central law enforcement and intelligence agency that functions under the supervision of the Ministry of Home Affairs. It has its headquarters in New Delhi. Its legal jurisdiction extends across the country. Apart from directly recruited members, officers drawn from the Indian Police Service, Indian Revenue Service and paramilitary forces work under the NCB. The three pillars on which NCB operates are intelligence, enforcement and coordination. Criminals make use of the darknet to sell drugs. The darknet is a hidden internet platform which provides end-to-end encryption. It is used to stay away from the surveillance of law enforcement agencies. Criminals make use of an untraceable internet-based technology for anonymous communication. For transporting drugs from across the border, they make use of drones. That's why intelligence is required to stay ahead of criminals who frequently change their tactics and strategies. India is a signatory to several international conventions and protocols that aim to combat drug-related crime. You can see some of them on your screen. Thus, NCB implements India's international obligations with regard to drug trafficking. It assists and coordinates with various narcotics and drug law enforcement agencies within India like CBI, Central Economic Intelligence Bureau, Customs and Central Excise, as well as with international agencies like UNODC, INCB, Interpol, etc. with regard to drug trafficking. Its mission is to make India free of drug trafficking and abuse. For this, NCB assists states in enhancing their drug law enforcement effort. NCB analyzes seizure data and studies trends as well as the modus operandi of criminals. It prepares the National Drug Enforcement Statistics. Section 24, Clause 1 of the RTI Act 2005 exempts certain intelligence and security organizations from the provision of the RTI Act, except in cases of alleged human rights violation and/or corruption. Hence, NCB is outside the ambit of the Right to Information Act under Section 24, Clause 1 of the RTI Act 2005. Moving ahead, it is important to know about the Economic Intelligence Council. There are certain government agencies that gather economic intelligence and combat economic offences in India. For example, SEBI, CBIC, CBDT, etc. In 1990, an apex forum was formed to oversee such government agencies. It is known as the Economic Intelligence Council and is a part of the Union Ministry of Finance. Its chairperson is the Finance Minister of India. Its members include the RBI Governor, the SEBI chairperson, CBI directors, NCB directors, and the directors of the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, among others. NCB is also represented on the Economic Intelligence Council. Alright, we have covered the basics about the Narcotics Control Bureau. Now, let us solve the question. Statement 1 says that NCB is represented on the Economic Intelligence Council. This statement is correct. We have studied it just now. Statement 2 says that NCB headquarters are in Mumbai. This statement is wrong because its headquarters are in New Delhi. Statement 3 says NCB is outside the ambit of the Right to Information Act under Section 24, Clause 1 of the RTI Act 2005. Yes, it is correct. NCB comes under the list of exempted organizations. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for your time.